Chosen one, this is not a random message. Heaven interrupted your day to tell you something. God is upgrading your life. And He needs your yes. You've been wondering why you feel so different lately. Why you can't connect to what used to excite you. Why conversations feel empty, routines feel forced, and the same environments now drain your spirit. It's not burnout. It's transformation. You're outgrowing the old frequency that once fit you perfectly. Heaven is pulling you higher, and your spirit already knows it. But here's the truth. Most people don't realize. Before God upgrades your surroundings, He upgrades you. He changes your desires, your energy, your awareness. You start to crave quiet instead of noise. You lose interest in things that once distracted you. You begin to feel the weight of purpose calling louder than the comfort of familiarity. And that's when the real battle begins. The war between who you were and who you're becoming. Don't confuse discomfort with delay. What feels like pressure right now is actually proof that heaven is installing something new within you. Your capacity is expanding. Your system is rebooting. The old patterns are breaking because new ones are being built. It's divine construction, and sometimes it feels like chaos before it looks like order. Chosen one, listen carefully. The reason you feel isolated is because upgrades require isolation. God removes distractions during elevation. He hides you while He rewires your foundation. People won't understand why you're quiet, why you suddenly don't show up like before, why you seem distant, but you're not distant. You're being developed. Heaven doesn't upgrade in public, it upgrades in private. You might think nothing's happening, but inside you, everything is shifting. You're losing taste for what is temporary because your spirit is preparing for what's timeless. You're feeling drawn towards simplicity, truth, and purpose. That's your confirmation. Heaven is resetting your algorithm, stripping away distractions that delay destiny. And I need you to hear this clearly. Don't run from the process. Don't rush to fix what God is deconstructing. You asked for more peace, more purpose, more clarity. But those upgrades require space. That's why He's clearing your circle, closing your chapters, and changing your appetite. He's making room for the promise you prayed for. When the upgrade begins, it never looks glamorous. It looks like endings, like detachment, like silence. But all of that is sacred. Heaven doesn't announce elevation with noise. It announces it with stillness. The quiet you feel isn't emptiness. It's divine recalibration. It's the silence before the new sound of your next season. Chosen one, don't resist what's changing. Receive it. This is not the time to cling. It's the time to release. The life you've known is fading because the one you were promised is forming. The upgrade is already live. It's just waiting for your acceptance. So tonight, instead of asking why, ask what now. Instead of doubting what's leaving, thank God for what's arriving. Because every closed door, every shift, every ending has one message behind it. You're being upgraded. You don't need to earn it. You don't need to chase it. You just need to say, I accept. Chosen one, God has already prepared the new dimension. And this is your invitation to step into it. The discomfort is the doorway. The silence is the signal. And the peace you're about to feel is the proof that heaven has finished installing the next version of you. So don't fight the update. Let it complete. Because when it does, your entire life will run on a higher frequency, and everyone who meets you after this moment will know heaven touched you first. Chosen one, heaven never upgrades your life by accident. There's a moment, quiet, hidden, divine, when God looks at your journey and says, "It's time." You won't hear thunder, you won't see flashes of light, but everything inside you will start to shift. The things that once satisfied you will suddenly feel small. The places that once brought comfort will begin to feel heavy. That's not confusion, it's confirmation. Heaven has decided that the version of you that once survived can no longer carry what's coming. Upgrades begin in silence. Long before the blessing becomes visible, God begins to rearrange your internal world. He starts by updating your spirit, changing your appetite, detoxing your heart, recalibrating your focus. You might not recognize yourself anymore, and that's the point. You're shedding an old frequency that no longer fits your future. The thoughts that used to control you begin to dissolve. The fears that once paralyzed you start to fade. Heaven is preparing your system for a higher vibration of faith. Chosen one, pay attention to what's been feeling off lately. That unease is not punishment, it's pregnancy. You're carrying a new dimension, and your spirit is expanding to make room for it. That's why the old structures of your life are cracking. Because growth always demands space. You're not breaking down, you're breaking open. When heaven decides to upgrade you, the process begins subtly. Doors start closing, not because you failed, but because your assignment has shifted. Friendships that once felt aligned begin to lose their rhythm. Opportunities that used to excite you no longer spark anything in your soul. These are not losses, they are signals. God is quietly moving your coordinates, setting your life on a new course that your mind can't map yet. And here's the mystery. Divine upgrades rarely come during celebration. They arrive during stillness, when you least expect it, when you feel forgotten, when nothing seems to move. That's when heaven whispers, "Now." Because only when you've stopped fighting for control can to God finally download what's next. The moment heaven decides to upgrade you, the warfare around you often increases. Old patterns will try to resurface, testing whether you've truly outgrown them. Old temptations return, not to tempt you, but to confirm your transformation. Don't panic when the test appears. It's the final check before the upload completes. Chosen one, you've reached the threshold. Heaven wouldn't upgrade you if your system couldn't handle it. Every delay, every disappointment, every detour was part of the calibration. You've been refined to carry more wisdom, more clarity, more anointing. This next version of you will think differently, walk differently, speak differently. You'll carry peace into rooms that once carried pressure. You'll walk through storms that used to break you and feel no fear. God doesn't upgrade you for recognition. He upgrades you for responsibility. This next season isn't about receiving more, it's about becoming more. Heaven is installing endurance, authority, and discernment. You're moving from survival mode to strategy, from waiting to walking, from fear to faith. When heaven upgrades your life, and it doesn't ask for your permission, it asks for your participation. You have to release what's outdated to receive what's divine. That's why you're feeling disconnected from certain people, projects, and plans, because your new frequency can't run on old code. Chosen one, This moment right here, the one that feels uncertain and strange, is the exact moment heaven decided you're ready for more. The angels have already been assigned. The updates are already downloading. You are not behind. You are in process. So stop questioning the shift. Stop trying to fix what God is phasing out. The version of you that's emerging now is stronger, wiser, and freer than you've ever been. This is the moment heaven decided to upgrade you. Not because you earned it, but because you finally became ready to receive it. Chosen one, before every divine upgrade, there comes a strange season, a season of holy discomfort. You wake up one day and realize the things that used to give you peace now feel heavy. The people you once fit with now speak a different language. Even your thoughts begin to sound foreign to your own spirit. That's the moment heaven begins to stretch you, because no one receives expansion without pressure. This discomfort isn't random. It's the tension between your current identity and your future self. God is expanding your spiritual capacity, and that process always feels like friction. You're not lost. You're being lifted. You're not breaking down. You're being rebuilt. Every uneasiness you feel is proof that heaven is rearranging your foundation to hold more glory, more grace, more wisdom. At first, you'll try to fix it. You'll look for reasons, for something to blame. Maybe you think you've done something wrong. But this isn't punishment, it's promotion in disguise. The peace you've lost is not gone. It's just being relocated to a higher frequency. What once comforted you can't accompany you into your next dimension. The vibration of your purpose has outgrown the vibration of your past. Chosen one, don't run from this pressure. Don't mislabel the pain as attack. When it's really activation, God allows discomfort to disconnect you from old attachments, the ones that used to define your worth. He's breaking the bond between you and what's beneath your calling. That's why the conversations that once inspired you now feel empty. Why the habits that used to relax you now feel meaningless. Why the same atmosphere that once felt safe now feels suffocating. Heaven is saying, you can't stay here anymore. The discomfort before the shift is sacred. It's heaven's way of turning your attention inward. When the noise outside becomes unbearable, that's when the voice inside becomes undeniable. God uses agitation as navigation. When peace leaves one area, it's because destiny has moved to another. Follow the pull. You may feel emotional, easily triggered, even lonely. That's because everything false is being stripped away. Divine upgrades demand authenticity. Masks break, illusions crumble, and all that remains is your raw connection with God. Don't resist it. This is where the deeper version of you is born. Sometimes you'll try to return to the old version of you, the one that didn't feel so much, think so deeply, or care so intensely. But heaven won't let you fit there anymore. The things that once numbed you now no longer work. The relationships that once distracted you now expose you. You've changed, and that change is holy. Chosen one, the shaking you feel is not destruction, it's construction. God is rearranging the walls of your life to support the structure of your calling. You're being reinforced, not replaced. Every tear that falls right now is watering the soil of your next chapter. And here's what few understand. Before expansion feels exciting, it feels exhausting. Growth is heavy before it becomes holy. That's why your emotions are fluctuating, your energy feels inconsistent, and your heart keeps oscillating between faith and fatigue. But this is how heaven rewires the human vessel. You are not falling apart. You're falling into alignment. So breathe. Don't resist the stretching. The discomfort is temporary, but the upgrade it births is eternal. You are being prepared to carry more light, more revelation, and more influence. The pain is not a punishment. It's proof that heaven is close. When you look back, you'll realize that this tension was not your breaking point. It was your breakthrough point. The shaking didn't destroy you. It built you. The discomfort didn't weaken you. It purified you. Chosen one, the shift is happening right now. The more you surrender to it, the smoother it becomes. Trust the pressure. It's not pushing you down. It's pushing you through. Because right on the other side of this discomfort is the version of you heaven always knew you could be. Chosen one, when heaven upgrades your life, it begins by adjusting your frequency. You won't always notice it at first, but your entire energetic pattern starts to vibrate at a higher level. The signs are subtle. A shift in your emotions, a quiet awareness that something unseen is different, a deep sense that you no longer resonate with what once surrounded you. That's not imagination, that's evidence. Your spirit is tuning into heaven's wavelength. The first sign that your frequency is changing is detachment. You start losing interest in what once consumed you. You no longer feel drawn to certain people, environments, or habits. It's not pride, it's purification. Your spirit is releasing what doesn't match your new vibration. The things that drain you begin to repel you, while the things that feed your peace start to attract you. Heaven is recalibrating your appetite for alignment. The second sign is heightened awareness. You begin to see patterns you once ignored. You notice divine timing in small details, how certain numbers repeat, how the right words show up at the perfect moment, how conversations align with your thoughts. Synchronicity becomes your new language. Heaven is confirming you're tuned in. Another sign is sensitivity. The higher your frequency rises, the more sensitive your spirit becomes. You can't tolerate negativity the way you used to. Loud energy, gossip, chaos, they all feel heavier now. That's not you being distant, that's you being discerning. You've learned to guard your energy like a gatekeeper because your peace has become sacred. Then comes the emotional purge. Old feelings, hidden grief, and unhealed wounds resurface. Not to haunt you, but to heal you. Your system can't carry pain into this new vibration. You might cry without reason, remember things you thought you'd forgotten, or feel waves of emotion that seem random. Don't resist it. It's heaven's way of cleansing the channels so divine flow can move freely again. The next sign is clarity in confusion. Even when you don't know the full picture, you suddenly feel peace about what used to worry you. It's not because the situation changed, it's because you changed. Your higher frequency gives you a heavenly perspective. You begin to see from the top of the mountain instead of from the valley. The same storms still exist, but they no longer shake you. Chosen one, another sign, is divine discontent. You start feeling called toward more, even if you don't know what that more is yet. That's the pull of purpose. Heaven is awakening dormant assignments within you. You'll feel a creative fire, a restlessness that won't let you stay still. Follow that feeling. It's divine GPS. And finally, there is inner quiet. The chaos inside you begins to fade. Your mind slows down. The anxiety loses its voice. You start craving silence, not because you're tired, but because your soul has found a new frequency where noise no longer fits. That silence isn't emptiness, it's expansion. That's heaven, teaching you how to live from presence instead of panic. At this stage, people around you may misunderstand you. They'll say you've changed, and they'll be right. You no longer move by emotion, you move by energy. You no longer chase validation, you follow vibration. You've stopped asking, "What do I want?" and started asking, "What's aligned with my peace?" That's what spiritual maturity looks like. Chosen one, don't fear this transformation. You are not losing people or stability, you're losing density. You're becoming lighter, freer, more radiant. Every thought purified, every emotion refined, every boundary strengthened. All of it is proof that heaven has shifted your internal frequency. And once your energy rises, your environment has no choice but to rise with it. That's why opportunities start aligning, why divine connections appear out of nowhere, why blessings begin to flow easily. You didn't chase them. You became the vibration that attracts them. This is the mystery of divine upgrades. You don't climb to your next level. You resonate with it. So when you feel the changes in your sleep, your mood, your intuition, don't panic. Smile. Heaven is tuning your life to a higher note. And when the adjustment is complete, you'll realize that what changed first wasn't your world. It was your frequency. Why God removes before He restores. Chosen one of the hardest lessons in divine transformation is this: God removes before He restores. Every chosen one must walk through subtraction before multiplication. You prayed for expansion, but before heaven can fill your hands, it must first empty them. The loss you're feeling isn't destruction, it's divine renovation. You see, God doesn't build on unstable foundations. When He looks at your life and sees cracks beneath the surface, hidden fears, old attachments, misplaced trust, He begins to clear them out. At first, it feels cruel. Doors close, people leave, opportunities dissolve. But heaven knows what your emotions can't yet understand. Some things must die so destiny can breathe. Chosen one, the season of removal is not rejection, it's preparation. When God removes, He's not taking something from you. He's taking something out of your path. Every loss carries purpose. Every goodbye is a setup for a greater hello. You may not see it yet, but in heaven's design, emptiness always precedes elevation. Think about it. Before Jesus multiplied bread, He broke it. Before God poured oil on David, He stripped Saul's favor away. Before Joseph wore the robe of authority, he was stripped of the robe of comfort. The pattern has never changed. Breaking always comes before blessing. The removal is not the enemy, it's the invitation. When God starts removing things, your first reaction is often confusion. You'll say, "Why now? Why this person? Why this job? Why this place?" But heaven answers softly, "Because you've outgrown it. You've graduated from what once held you. You can't stay attached to what your evolution no longer supports. Grace has moved on, and now your spirit must follow." And here's the truth. God's removals are rarely gentle. They hurt because you've built identity around what's leaving. You've called certain things home that were only meant to be classrooms. So when He shuts the door. It feels personal, but chosen one, don't mistake protection for punishment. The pain of release is temporary. The reward of obedience is eternal. You may feel like everything is falling apart, but what's really happening is divine rearrangement. Heaven never subtracts without the intent to replace. The only reason he's taking it away is because the next version of your life can't function with outdated attachments. Some connections carry too much noise for your next frequency. Some habits take up the space reserved for miracles. God is creating room, not emptiness. Chosen one, this is why faith feels lonely at times. Because before restoration, there's always isolation. Heaven hides you while it heals you. God separates you before he surrounds you with new people who match your mission. That silence you're hearing isn't absence, it's alignment. He's preparing you in private for what he'll reveal in public. And when the restoration comes, it won't look like what you lost. It will look better, fit better, and feel lighter. The new relationships will bring peace instead of confusion. The new opportunities will come with grace instead of strain. The new version of you will walk in rooms the old you could only dream of. That's why he had to take it, because it didn't fit your future. You've been mourning what was never meant to last. Heaven allowed it to fall apart so you could finally stand up. You asked God to elevate you, but you didn't know elevation requires elimination. Chosen one, stop trying to rebuild what God removed. Don't chase what grace has closed. Don't beg for back what was blocking your breakthrough. Every loss was a lesson, every ending an entry point. The pain you feel now will become the proof later that heaven was never late, only strategic. So when you look around and see empty spaces, don't say, God took it. Say, God made room. Because he never removes to leave you broken. He removes to make you ready. And when the restoration finally arrives, you'll understand why everything had to go first. You weren't being punished. You were being positioned. Chosen one, divine promotion is not random favor. It's sacred sequence. Before heaven elevates you, it rewrites the spiritual architecture beneath your life. You don't just rise because it's your turn. You rise because your vibration finally matches your assignment. God doesn't promote emotion. He promotes alignment. Every trial, delay, and disappointment you've survived was a calibration. Heaven has been engineering your soul to hold the weight of what's coming next. When divine promotion begins, it rarely looks like success. It often starts with silence. God pulls you out of circles that no longer feed you. He hides you from recognition. He lets people misjudge you, overlook you, even replace you. It feels like demotion, but in heaven's language, it's preparation. Because promotion doesn't start in the spotlight. It starts in surrender. Chosen one, before God gives you visibility, he must give you vision. And vision is born in isolation. That's why you've been feeling disconnected, because heaven needed to reduce the noise around you. You were hearing too many opinions, carrying too many energies. The spiritual mechanics of promotion require stillness, so heaven can rewrite your inner code. Here's the mystery. Before God adds anything new, he tests what you'll do with less. He observes your posture in obscurity, your gratitude in delay, your faith in frustration. Promotion is never about performance. It's about posture. Can you still worship when the promise feels distant? Can you still serve when no one sees? Can you still move when heaven is quiet? Those are the mechanics of spiritual maturity. Heaven measures readiness not by confidence but by consistency. When your obedience becomes steady, even in uncertainty, the spiritual gate of promotion unlocks. That's when everything begins to accelerate. Not because you chased favor, but because you became trustworthy enough to carry it. And when divine promotion activates, it shifts everything. Your energy, your influence, your spiritual authority. People who once ignored you suddenly feel drawn to you. Doors that were sealed swing open. You begin to speak with a weight that wasn't there before. That's the anointing announcing your upgrade. Heaven doesn't shout it. It radiates it through you. Chosen one, you are stepping into a stage of life where your presence will begin to shift rooms, not because you demand attention, but because you carry revelation. The spiritual mechanics of promotion are subtle. They're less about gain and more about gravity. God increases your pull so you can draw the right people, opportunities, and resources into orbit around your purpose. But promotion also exposes, it reveals who's aligned and who's attached. Some will celebrate you, others will silently compete. Don't fight it, discern it. You don't need to defend your elevation. Heaven already validated it. The same God who hid you will now highlight you, and the same silence that once felt lonely will now feel powerful. Understand this. Divine promotion doesn't come to make your life easier. It comes to make your purpose louder. Heaven doesn't elevate to entertain. It elevates to expand. You're being trusted with new assignments, new authority, and new responsibility. That's why the warfare intensified before the blessing. Because resistance always increases before release. Chosen one, stop questioning whether you're qualified. God doesn't promote perfection. He promotes surrender. The broken vessel carries more oil than the flawless one, because cracks make room for flow. Every scar became a signal to heaven that you can handle more. So when you feel the shift, the sudden ease after struggle, the unexpected favor after frustration, don't downplay it. That's divine promotion. You've passed the test. You've endured the pruning, and now heaven is calling your name in rooms you haven't even entered yet. This is your moment of spiritual elevation. The mechanics are complete. The gates are open. And what's arriving next isn't coincidence. It's confirmation. Chosen one, God has upgraded your capacity. Now step boldly. You're not rising to something new, you're rising as something new. Chosen one of the greatest spiritual lessons you will ever learn is how to receive. Not to strive, not to force, not to prove, but to allow. Because when God upgrades your life, the biggest obstacle is rarely the devil. It's your own resistance to grace. See, you've been trained to fight for everything, to earn every blessing, to question every good thing that comes easily. But heaven is saying, this time, you don't have to fight, you just have to receive. You've spent so long surviving that you forgot how to rest. You've carried so many burdens that peace feel unnatural. You've worked so hard for provision that you struggle to accept favor without effort. But divine upgrades don't come through labor. They come through alignment. Heaven releases, you receive. It's that simple, yet the human heart complicates it. Chosen one, The resistance you feel when blessings start to flow isn't humility. It's residue from your old survival identity. You've been wired to expect struggle. That's why when ease enters, you feel suspicious. When people offer kindness, you brace for betrayal. When opportunities come effortlessly, you question if you deserve them. But that mindset can't survive in this new dimension. God is teaching you to stop flinching when favor finds you. The spiritual mechanics of receiving begin with permission. You have to give yourself permission to be loved, to be seen, to be supported. God is not trying to overwhelm you, and He's trying to overflow you. The abundance He's sending isn't a test, it's a transfer. He's moving you from endurance to enjoyment, from effort to embodiment. Chosen one, there is holiness in stillness when you stop striving. Heaven starts supplying. You've done the work. You've endured the refining. You've learned obedience in the waiting. Now it's time to live from abundance instead of anxiety. Let the good things come. Let the help arrive. Let the blessings flow. You don't have to chase what's already been assigned to you. But here's the key. To receive fully, you must release fully. Release the guilt that tells you you're unworthy. Release the fear that says it won't last. Release the habit of expecting pain every time joy knocks. The energy of resistance blocks the flow of favor. Gratitude opens it. That's why heaven keeps bringing you moments of peace, people who care, opportunities that feel too good to be true. Because God is retraining your nervous system to recognize safety and blessing. You'll know if you mastered receiving when peace no longer feels suspicious, when you can accept love without analyzing it, when you can enjoy rest without feeling guilty. That's when heaven knows the upgrade has integrated. Because divine overflow isn't just external, it's internal. It's the ability to stand in light without flinching. Chosen one, you were never meant to hustle for heaven. You were meant to host it. The presence of God moves best through a vessel that's open, not overwhelmed. That's why this new season will feel lighter. Not because life is easier, but because your spirit finally trusts the source. Receiving doesn't mean passivity. It means partnership. It's not waiting for blessings to fall. It's walking in awareness that they're already here. It's waking up each morning and saying, everything I need is already aligned with me. That's not arrogance. It's agreement. And the moment you choose to stop resisting, you'll notice how fast things begin to flow. Doors open faster. Provision appears sooner. Peace lasts longer. Because heaven doesn't reward effort, it rewards readiness. Chosen one, hear this clearly. You've proven yourself faithful in lack. Now prove yourself receptive in abundance. Don't sabotage what's meant to sustain you. Don't shrink when heaven expands you. Don't apologize for the favor that followed obedience. Lift your hands, not to ask, but to accept. Breathe deeply and whisper, I'm ready. Because the upgrade isn't waiting to be sent, it's waiting to be received. And the moment you stop resisting it, your entire atmosphere will shift from survival to overflow. What happens when you accept the upgrade? Chosen one, when you finally stop resisting and accept the divine upgrade, everything begins to shift. Not just around you, but through you. Heaven doesn't simply change your situation, it changes your vibration. You stop surviving and start flowing. You stop asking, when will it happen? And begin realizing it's already happening. The world outside starts reflecting what your spirit already decided inside. When you accept the upgrade, your energy field expands. Peace becomes your natural state instead of your pursuit. You no longer beg for clarity. Clarity finds you. The people and opportunities that match your new vibration begin appearing effortlessly. This isn't coincidence, it's calibration. You've aligned with heaven's signal, and now everything that resonates with divine timing begins to orbit around you. You'll notice how differently your life feels. You wake up lighter, even before anything changes externally. The same spaces that once felt draining now feel neutral. The same problems that once consumed your mind now seem small. It's not because the world softened, it's because you strengthened. The upgrade has settled into your system, and your spirit now governs what used to govern you. Chosen one, this acceptance is sacred. It's not arrogance, it's agreement. When you finally say yes to your own evolution, heaven responds instantly. You stop praying from desperation and start walking in declaration. Your words carry new authority. Your presence begins to shift atmospheres. People can't explain it, but they feel it. The glow, the peace, the unshakable stillness that follows those who walk with God's timing. This is what happens when divine updates activate fully. You become the evidence. You no longer talk about miracles. You embody them. You no longer seek signs. You become one. Your life starts to operate in divine flow. Ideas appear, provision aligns, connections form without strain. Every part of your reality begins to mirror the peace within you. That's the frequency of manifestation. And here's what most people miss. Acceptance doesn't make life perfect, but it makes it purposeful. You'll still face challenges, but you'll face them differently. Instead of reacting from fear, you'll respond from faith. Instead of asking why, you'll begin to ask, what now? The upgrade doesn't erase the storm. It gives you the stability to walk through it without losing your balance. Chosen one, the moment you accept the upgrade, your old life begins to fade naturally. You don't have to force detachment. It happens effortlessly. The friendships that no longer align dissolve quietly. The habits that no longer serve you lose their appeal. The internal noise that once demanded your attention falls silent. This is what divine acceptance feels like. Peace without explanation. And then comes the confirmation. Heaven starts showing you visible signs that your alignment is complete. Unexpected doors open. Delays turn into divine redirections. Resources arrive just in time. The impossible starts happening without your interference. You realize you're no longer chasing blessings, you're hosting them. They flow to you because you've finally stopped fighting the flow of heaven. Chosen one. This is where destiny begins to unfold naturally. You no longer question your worth, your path, or your timing. You understand that you were never waiting for the world to change. The world was waiting for you to evolve. And now that you've accepted the upgrade, everything that belongs to this higher frequency will recognize and respond to you. From this point forward, life will feel like divine rhythm. You'll think of something and see it unfold. You'll speak and watch things align. Because when you accept the upgrade, your words and heaven's will merge. You become a co-creator with the divine. And this is the beauty of surrender. You didn't have to chase it. You didn't have to prove it. You just had to accept it. So walk boldly, chosen one. You are no longer who you were last season. The old energy has expired. The new system has been installed. Now heaven can flow through you without interruption. The moment you accepted the upgrade, heaven said, "Finally." And from that moment on, everything began to move in your favor. Chosen one, this is the moment heaven has been preparing you for. Living from the new dimension. Not reaching for it, not waiting on it, but living from it. You've crossed the threshold where faith no longer feels like effort and peace no longer feels fragile. You've entered the space where alignment is your default frequency. The war inside has ended, and now you move from overflow, not emptiness. Living from the new dimension means walking through the same world with a completely different awareness. The noise that used to distract you no longer enters your field. The opinions that once triggered you now sound faint. You've stopped chasing clarity because you've become it. You've stopped fighting for peace because you are it. That's what divine integration looks like. When heaven's nature merges fully with your human rhythm. In this space, manifestation is not something you force, it's something you flow with. What once required prayer now requires presence. You no longer plead, you partner. You no longer question, you know. Because now you understand. Every moment, every delay, every wound was heaven, training you to trust what you couldn't see. And now, because of that trust, you can live freely in what others still fear to believe. Chosen one, the new dimension isn't about luxury, it's about light. You carry it differently now. You speak, and peace spreads. You enter rooms, and energy stabilizes. People feel safe without knowing why. That's the mark of someone who lives from alignment. Their presence becomes healing. The Spirit doesn't just visit you, it flows through you. You've become the vessel heaven can now use to awaken others. In this dimension, you'll notice divine synchronicities multiplying. Thoughts become reality faster. Conversations lead to breakthroughs. Dreams reveal instruction. Time feels different, slower, softer, sacred. Because now you're not rushing through life, you're walking with it. You've stopped waiting for perfect moments because you finally realized this is the moment. But here's what heaven wants you to remember. The higher you rise, the quieter it gets. The new dimension is not loud, it's lucid. You don't need constant confirmation anymore because peace itself becomes proof. The silence that once scared you now feels like home. That's when you know you've crossed over, when the quiet no longer feels empty but alive. Living from this level also means responsibility. You can no longer shrink to make others comfortable. You can't lower your light to fit into dim rooms. The version of you that people once knew doesn't exist anymore. And that's not pride, that's purpose. You've evolved, and with evolution comes exposure. Heaven didn't elevate you for applause. It elevated you for assignment. Chosen one, your task now is simple. Maintain the vibration, protect your peace like a sanctuary. Guard your energy like sacred oil. You are no longer walking in circles. You are walking in creation. Every thought is a seed, every word a command, every feeling a magnet. The power you carry now requires stewardship. In this new dimension, blessings will come faster, but discernment must grow deeper. You'll attract everything you think about. That's why peace must be your priority. You're not just creating your future anymore, you're broadcasting it. The universe has tuned into your faith frequency, and it's responding accordingly. And the most beautiful part? You don't have to try anymore. You've become what you were chasing. You've embodied what you used to pray for. You've turned every delay into discipline, every wound into wisdom, every silence into strength. Chosen one, heaven is smiling. You've accepted the upgrade, integrated the lessons, and stepped fully into purpose. From here on, you'll move differently. Not from fear, but from flow. Not from scarcity, but from sovereignty. Not from seeking, but from being. This is your confirmation. You've crossed into the new dimension. The download is complete. The old frequency has expired. Now, live boldly. Not as someone waiting for God to move, but as someone God is moving through. Because from this moment forward, you are no longer just walking with heaven. You are living as proof of it.